Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Bronny James works out for Los Angeles Lakers front office as 2024 NBA Draft approaches. The Los Angeles Lakers, who currently employ LeBron James and hold pick number 17 and 55 in the upcoming NBA Draft, held a pre-draft workout on Thursday with Bronny James, the Los Angeles Times reports. Bronny, LeBron's eldest son, spent one season at USC and has had a strong pre-draft process in the lead-up to the June 26 draft, where he is eligible to be selected. James was ranked as a top 30 player in his recruiting class a year ago, but struggled to produce at a high level after suffering a cardiac arrest last summer in the lead-up to his first and only college season. He missed the start of his freshman campaign with the Trojans and averaged 4.8 points and 2.1 assists per game in a part-time role, but fared well at last month's combine in Chicago in both the shooting drills and the scrimmages. Here's what the LA Times said about the workout and the interest LA apparently has in the King's son. James worked out for the Lakers on Thursday, according to people with knowledge of the situation not authorized to speak publicly. James' athleticism, defensive potential, and shooting at the Chicago draft combine have certainly interested the Lakers, who could help make history by pairing him with his father, LeBron James, should he return to the team in free agency this summer, if he opts out, as expected. Bronny began the draft cycle unranked in the CBS Sports prospect rankings, but currently sits at number 53. He is expected to be drafted later this month, and his familial ties to the Lakers make them a prime candidate to pick the second-generation star. LeBron has been public about his desire to someday play with his son in the NBA, but Bronny, for his part, said at the Combine last month that he hopes to be taken seriously as a prospect on merit, not because of his relation to one of the greatest basketball players of all time. "I would be happy about getting to the league instead of me thinking about playing with my dad," he said. "But that's not my mindset at all. I'm just trying to put in the work and see where it takes me." In the latest two-round mock draft at CBS Sports, Bronny went off the board at pick number 43, 12 picks before the Lakers to the Miami Heat. J.J. Redick set to formally interview for Lakers coaching job, report. After all of the rumors, J.J. Redick is set to travel to LA as the franchise's search for a coach continues, ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reports. J.J. Redick will formally interview for the Los Angeles Lakers coaching job this weekend, and a strong performance is expected to move him to the forefront of the franchise's search, sources told ESPN, WOJ said. Redick, an ESPN NBA analyst who played 15 years in the league, had a 90-plus minute visit with Lakers Vice President and General Manager Rob Pelinka last month at the Chicago Draft Combine. Now, a trip to Los Angeles will go far deeper into detail on the job, and the meetings will include Pelinka and owner Jeannie Buss, sources said. The Lakers were left a little embarrassed after the team offered UConn coach Dan Hurley more than double his college salary to take the top job, which he rejected this week. LA's other reported leading candidate, Pelicans assistant James Borrego, looks as though he is shoring up a deal with the Cavaliers. Although it would seem there is a rush to secure a coach, some members of the Lakers don't think it's an absolute necessity to have a coach in place by the NBA draft, according to LA Times' Dan Woik. While having a coach in place by the draft is ideal, it's not viewed as an absolute necessity by some inside the Lakers organization, Woik said. The team is facing major decisions this summer with its roster, beginning on draft night when the team could combine the number 17 pick with first-rounders in 2029 and 2031 in a trade. Though, Woik affirmed that Redick and Borrego aren't the only names being floated by the Lakers brass. Still, people with knowledge inside the building maintain that the Lakers search isn't limited to just Redick and Borrego and, if necessary, more interviews could be forthcoming, he said. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown could be seen embracing each other after an emphatic Game 3 victory that sends the Boston franchise up 3-0, and the pair have revealed what was said. The C's came away with a 106-99 win, and the two JBs could be seen hugging each other, and Tatum was pounding on Brown's chest as he was talking into his ear. At his post-game press conference, Tatum shared what he was discussing with his teammate. "Just showing the emotions of the game. Two guys that was excited, tired after the game," Tatum said. "We're not necessarily saying one more or anything like that, we're just saying however long it takes. Nobody's relaxed, nobody's satisfied. But, just at that moment, just told him I was proud of him and he said the same thing, and that we've got to keep fighting. We can't relax." That was basically the conversation. Even though no NBA team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in the playoffs, clearly Tatum and Brown both have the same mindset, as Brown shared similar thoughts to Tatum. "It's awesome. I mean, I don't really have words. It kind of doesn't even feel real right now, and I'm just trying to stay in the moment," Brown said. "It feels great to be up 3-0 in the series, but the job's not done." Even without star center Kristaps Porzingis, the C's looked comfortable for most of the night against the Mavs. Friday's Game 4 will be bittersweet, because if the Celtics do win and complete the sweep, it will be on Dallas home court. Tatum silenced the critics in Game 3 after he scored 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists on 42.3% shooting from the field. Brown also had himself a night, scoring 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists on 54.5% shooting from the field. James Borrego reportedly viewed as frontrunner for Lakers head coach around NBA. The Lakers have now been without a head coach for well over a month. The team has been connected to many different candidates and even made an offer to UConn's Dan Hurley, though he declined the once-in-a-lifetime contract. This puts the Lakers back at square one, looking for who will be the 29th head coach in franchise history. While J.J. Redick will reportedly have his first formal interview in Los Angeles this upcoming weekend, Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports reports that James Borrego appears to also be a serious candidate for the Lakers. Borrego has also been categorized by league personnel as a leading candidate for the Lakers' head coaching job, although Los Angeles' search has been muddied by an unsuccessful pursuit of UConn head coach Dan Hurley. Borrego has been credited with boosting New Orleans' offensive approach during this past season while aiding Willie Green's staff. Borrego is not a new name, he was reportedly one of the initial leading targets at the beginning of this process and has already had an in-person interview with the Lakers. Of the rumored names connected to the Lakers, Borrego has the most NBA coaching experience. He was the interim coach for the Orlando Magic in 2015, the head coach of the Charlotte Hornets from 2018 to 2022, and an assistant for the New Orleans Pelicans this past season. Due to his pedigree and notoriety in the league, he appears to be in the running for the Cavaliers' job, so the Lakers must act quickly if they want to acquire his services. Los Angeles should feel a sense of urgency at this point, given how long this search has taken and considering that the NBA draft and free agency are just weeks away. Entering those parts of the NBA offseason without any coaching staff would be unheard of and catastrophic, so whether the coach is Redick, Borrego, or another candidate, the Lakers must act swiftly. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of James Borrego? Leave your opinion in the comments.